This video will give you some tips and tricks for having a successful meeting. It will cover how to prepare for the meeting, some tips for during the meeting, and some actions you can take after the meeting. Attending a meeting for your child can feel intimidating, overwhelming, and stressful. It's a good idea to take some time before the meeting to prepare. How much you feel you need to prepare is up to you, and the amount you prepare will probably look different depending on what the meeting is about. Here are some tips to help you prepare for a meeting. Spend some time thinking about what you want to say and what you feel is important to be discussed. It can be useful to keep an ongoing list of things which you can add to when issues pop into your head. You can keep this list in a place which works for you, such as on your phone. Gather any evidence you want to share that relates to the issues you want to discuss. This could be evidence of your child's needs from professionals, or it could be evidence of behaviours you are seeing at home. For example, you might want to keep a log of how your child behaves before and after school. This will help identify any patterns. Ask for a copy of your child's support plan if you don't already have this. Take the time to read the plan and make notes on anything you're not sure about or disagree with. Talk to your child or young person and gather their views. You can ask them questions like, what do you like about school? What do you find hard about school? What does your perfect day at school look like? What's your favourite part of the school day? Who helps you at school? And what could teachers do better to help you? Sometimes it's appropriate for your child or young person to be involved in the meeting to put their views across directly, so speak to them to see if this is something they want to do. Remember, the meeting is about them, so their voice should be heard. Make sure you have the right time and date of the meeting and whether it's going to be in person or online. You can ask how long the meeting is likely to take. And if the meeting is online, make sure you have the meeting link. And if not, follow this up with the person arranging the meeting. You can ask for an agenda for the meeting so that you know what is going to be discussed. You can also ask the person organising the meeting to add things to the agenda if you feel something is missing. Consider whether you would like to have someone supporting you at the meeting. This can be a friend or family member or a professional. You should let the organiser of the meeting know if you have arranged for someone to support you. Be realistic about how much can be achieved in one meeting. It's understandable to want to get everything resolved in one meeting, but that isn't always possible. Think about what is most important for you to discuss and what you would like to get out of the meeting. This can be the part that parents find most stressful, but being well prepared should help you feel more confident. Meetings usually have a chair, who is the person who leads the discussion and keeps things moving forwards in line with the agenda. Meetings usually start with everyone introducing themselves and their roles. You will be asked to introduce yourself too. It might be useful to make a note of who attended, their names, and their roles. Some tips to help you during the meeting include, if the meeting is in person, give yourself plenty of time to get there so you don't feel rushed. If the meeting is online, check the meeting link ahead of time to make sure it works and contact the person who has organised the meeting if you have any problems. Use a pen and paper to take notes so you can remember what was discussed and agreed. You can use the meeting agenda to keep track of what is being discussed and cross off items once they've been dealt with. Speak up and ask any questions you have if you don't understand things. If there are lots of professionals in the meeting, it can be easy for them to slip into jargon that you might not understand. It's important to say if you don't understand something so that things can be explained to you properly. Remember, no question is a silly question. Speak up if you don't agree with what's being said. You could say something like, I understand what you're saying, but I disagree because, and explain clearly your point of view. It can be easy to feel rushed, but try your best to speak slowly and clearly. Some key questions to think about while going through the meeting include, what are my child's needs? What are school doing to meet those needs? Is it working? How does my child feel about it? And what is my role as the parent to support? When the meeting is ending, it can be useful to ask the chair to list the main actions that have been agreed to make sure everyone understands who will be doing what and by when. In most cases, the actions from a meeting will lie with the professionals unless you've agreed to action something at home. Here are some tips for things you can do following a meeting. If you forget something that happened in the meeting, follow this up with the person who organised the meeting as soon as possible. If notes or minutes were taken, make sure you get a copy. If you don't get them within a couple of weeks, contact the person who led the meeting and ask for them. Once you have the minutes, check you are happy that they are a true reflection of what was discussed and agreed, and if you have any questions or concerns, follow up with the meeting chair. If no notes or minutes were taken, you can send an email to the person leading the meeting with a summary of your understanding of what was discussed and agreed. Sometimes it can be useful to add the actions to your diary so that you can make sure things are done by the next meeting. If things didn't go well at the meeting and you've said something you regret, contact the people at the meeting afterwards and explain or apologise. You can always contact SENDIAS before or after a meeting if you have any questions or would like some advice.